All right. Is this thing on? I think that's one way to do it. Definitely one way to get us started today. How we doing, gentlemen? Sorry for the delay. Working all good? Yo, yo. How's it looking? How's it sound? Yo, Jamie. What's up, guys? How's everything look? How's it sound? What's up, Yuri? Cool. So, had to reinstall NVIDIA drivers. Reinstalled all that. Messed with all of my audio settings. So I had sound coming out of different monitors and stuff. Fun times. Clicked live at 11 o'clock and got a nice pop-up error. It's one way to kill the momentum. Regardless, we're here, we're live. We're doing the thing. We back. We back. Yeah, it's been going smooth all week, and then I get hit with an error right as I try to go live, so that's fun. But I think everything should be good to go. Jamie, how'd the session go this morning? Yo, yo, Jodo, what's up? All right. So back. Yeah, the one day when you try to catch the stream, we run into a ton of issues. It's fun stuff. All right. Finished hard red. Ready for the next. Let's take a look here. I'm curious what price action looked like this morning. A lot of chop. Let's take a look. Let's see, it'd be like 6 a.m. my time. So back. Agreed. The move this morning was crazy. Watched that play out. Did not take any trades. Deposit operator, what's going on? Green on the day. Mr. Brown. Nice. Green is good. All right. So, before I was so rudely interrupted by an NVIDIA driver update, wanted to highlight a trade I took last night on the 5 Apex accounts we've been trading. Hugely red overnight session. Somehow, in the midst of all that, found a way to take a nice long. Probably the only two chances to really grab longs here. Took a 75 pointer. Got a little bit of slippage, but took a 75 pointer with 5 micros last night across the accounts, so it's like $3,600 or something. It was tough. Blind reversals, no retests. Yeah, not a lot of conviction, despite being directional. Yeah, that's the worst. When you can identify the direction, you look for those entries, and you either you're getting wicked out or you're not getting your fills. I know. Taking the long last night was crazy. I wanna kind of go through what I was looking at last night, and then we're gonna jump into the Tradeify account that we won on the giveaway earlier this week. We're doing well on that. It's a Lightning account, so straight to funded. I think we're up 440 bucks on that account, so we're gonna be trading that today. Yeah, so last night I was sitting in Jaws' stream, and we came all the way down to this 2900 level. And Saw a ton of absorption. I know, both of us winning is crazy. I saw you win, and the first thing I thought was like, oh man. Well, I think that one guy that leaked his code in chat earlier on in the week, too. I think he won today as well. But, yeah, I just want to highlight the trade really quick. So, tossed this on. Jaws looks at the DOM quite a bit. So, he's looking at delta changes in the DOM. He's looking for buyers to step in and stuff. Really interesting way of trading. I've been enjoying learning from him. So definitely check out his stream. But last night, right when we tapped this 2900 level, we saw a massive shift in delta with sellers coming in. We bid up and immediately caught a ton of buyers, basically absorbing the entire sell order that came in, cumulative sell orders that came in on market at 2900. So with these micros, give myself 20 points, 25 points worth of room. Not that we needed it. Only took 8 points of heat and caught a 75 pointer. I wanted to take it to 100 points, but Trump was speaking last night at 9, so we cut this trade right before the start of the hour. Wanted to get out before anything happened, and glad I did. Yeah, I mean, we've been basically down from there, right? Crazy overnight session. We're sitting at 400 points down. I think at one point we were 2% down on the day, if I'm not mistaken, this morning. Way down here. So, yeah, that's a thing. I mean, immediately jumping off the page, a retest of these highs looks juicy. We'll see. I'm gonna take a sec, hop into the Tradeify funded account. So give me 1 minute here, and then we'll get going here. Again, sorry for the delay. My PC was having a very interesting time dealing with that. London high at 825, keen on a short on a retest. Take a look here in a second. I also want to look at the, I want to zoom out a little bit, look at the dailies, look at the 1 hours, because I know on the daily we're breaking through the bottom of this range here, so want to take a look at that. How'd Matt do today? I saw him, he took a 110 pointer. He was on with Kane. I saw the 10 pointer. He take any other trades? Or was that it for him today? Not on stream, no. Just that 10 pointer. Well, like I said, green is green, so we take that. He was in and out of that trade pretty quickly, right? Basically filled it to the tick and grabbed 10 points. Right. Make sure I'm hidden here. Yep, good to go. Less than a second. I mean, that's always a good feeling, right? All right. Should be good to go. All right, moved over to the Tradeify account. How's the strategy sound with a 65.5% win rate, a 1.3 profit factor, 10k max drawdown, 270k P&L, 3,170 trades over 10 years? I mean, yeah, I mean, the math on all that's pretty simple. You can build out an equity curve with your can't do it on hand or like offhand, but you can build out a pretty easy to understand equity curve with win rate, profit factor, and taking a look at max drawdown. Figure out your risk of ruin, stuff like that. I mean, looks good. Sounds good. All right, so we moved over to the Tradeify accounts. Broke below these lows we set on the 9th of last month. I know last night we were talking about the 8th, coming down into the bottom of the 8ths levels. But, yeah, algo. Is it you backtesting algos, or what are you looking at? I mean, we came down, broke this 28,500 level. Looks like we took a fairly nice bounce at the start of the New York session. Interesting spot. I mean, we've been talking about this daily chart for basically all week. 825 still looks fairly good here. Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about this this daily chart all week. I mean, with the increase in volatility we've had since I mean June, this regime we've been in, you know, big candles but rangy. Quite different compared to what we saw in the previous 3 months with this slow grind up. These, you know, 0.8% days, just one after another, after another, after another. Not a huge fan of what I'm looking at, but that being said, let's jump in here. I mean, interesting spot. Quite a lot of volume put in up here, post rip here. Good amount of volume set at 28,500. Let me look at NQ instead of MNQ. I think we're cruising above VWAP here, sitting just under volume point of control. Yeah. So cruising above VWAP, sitting under volume point of control. Volume point of control basically set at the high, like 40 points off a high a day. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we came up and retested these highs. I think that's one way you can kind of look at it. Although with a you know 2% down day to kick off the morning, I'm still cautious. Bradley, what's going on? Hey Ben, brother. Interesting stuff. I mean, these whole numbers are quite interesting. An 800 retest might have been nice here. You can look at it the other way too, right? You can try to grab cheap shorts. See if we come back down here. Let's see. Well, IB lows down here in no man's land. About IB high. When did we set this? 35, 30. IB high, cruising value area high. Not what I wanted. Yeah, hectic start to my morning, so we're gonna ease ourselves into some trades here. It's almost noon already, noon Eastern. Confirmation for an entry short, yeah. See, we're talking about 25. I mean, looks good. Since we've started here, mostly selling in size is what I'm seeing. So, could be a juicy spot to get short here. We shall see. Again, if you guys have been with me this week, typically look for confirmation of these moves, these reversals. Try to get in on a retest of either the +2 or -2 standard deviation. I saw Todd in chat earlier in match chat talking about it. Curious to hear how it's going, what he thinks about it. It's been working for him. All right, viewership picking up a little bit now. I was a little worried we were gonna nuke the stream by with those technical difficulties. Did you think about looking up that thing with the evals? Oh no, Yuri, I did not last night. I gotta check that. Remind me before I hop off stream, and I'll you're in the Discord, right? Yeah, throw a like on there. Listen to Mantis. Little redemption stream. All right, yeah, Yuri, remind me towards the end of the stream. I wrap up at 2 Eastern, 1 Central, right before Danny comes on, and I'll go look at that. Because I'm curious myself. Although I'm not sure if... I mean, this was 3 years ago, so hopefully we can find that. I would assume there's still, I can still find that. But I'm curious too, so remind me and I'll drop it in the Discord later. Speaking of, if you guys aren't in the Discord, down at the bottom of the screen, tbm.gg/discord. Check that out, hop in the Discord, tons of announcements in there, lots of changes on the channel. Really exciting stuff. I mean, what, Matt had Kane on today, he had Brett on Wednesday, was it? Yeah, Brett on Wednesday, CEO of Tradeify, so really cool stuff. Check out tbm.gg for all of the info when it comes to some of the new stuff we're doing. The new props we're all using. I know Matt's been rotating between a ton, going for max accounts on all props. Super cool challenge. I've traded some Apex evals on stream. Today we're trading the Tradeify eval that I won. Nothing beats free to funded to payout, so a little side challenge for us. If you guys want a breakdown or any information, feel free to ask me questions. We can look into it. But tbm.gg/prop. Pros, cons, Matt's take, what some of the benefits of each prop are, why Matt likes them, quick synopsis here. And then, in case you guys need a refresher on the live stream schedule, Matt is live every day, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Same usual market open streams from Matt. I follow Matt up at 10 a.m. Central. If my NVIDIA drivers are functioning and I can launch OBS. Danny comes in at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern for Power Hour. He had a banger trade yesterday towards the end of his stream. I think like 3:30-ish. I think he caught like a 50-pointer, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. You can catch Jaws' stream. Little caveat here, that is Sunday through Thursday. So he's trading Globex Open, so no Globex Open tonight, no Jaws. But definitely pop in there. Had a good time hanging out with him last night. Took a great trade. Mantis was there. Cool stuff all around. So check him out at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. And then Jamie kicks off the mornings bright and early, 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern for the London session. So make sure you check out some of the streams, say hi to the guys. A lot of exciting stuff going on. We're running straight up through the 850s, right into volume point of control. Yeah, Jaws does a great job. He, yeah, a lot of buying in size coming in up here. 54, yeah. Ton of buying coming in around 40, 50. I have a vastly different trading style than Jaws. Looks like we're gonna run IB. And it's been cool to sit and stream and you know, see things from a different perspective. Same thing with Danny, same thing with Jamie. Learning a lot, which is always cool. Wow. ATR is still sitting at 70, so volatility is still quite elevated for 11:55 Eastern going into the lunch hour. So curious what happens here at the top of the hour. So I'm using 2 volume profiles. This kind of grayed out volume profile is the daily volume profile. This is a New York. What's sitting on top is the New York session volume profile. So this is all Globex volume here. Overnight volume, Asian session volume. Ransom, first time here, saw the thumbnail and thought, hey. Still, more buying coming in up here. Some buying at the top, 50, yeah. Buying at the highs, pushing us through. Strong break. If anybody took longs in here on this retest or a retest off of VWAP, maybe retest of 800, 850, great trade. Basically ignored initial balance high. Looks like it wants to keep going. Only down 1% on the day, 300 points, so quite a reversal. Long down there and got hit break even. Yeah, I think Tuesday was like that. I've had a couple break even trades this week. I mean, I had one go 40, 42.5 points in my favor, come back down, stop me break even, looking for 50 points. So break even's break even though. It's all about account preservation, and I book break even as a win when I'm doing my journaling. Jamie just dropped the Notion template. So I think most of us, I'm not sure about the other guys, but I've been tossing my trades in the journal. I know he has. He does a little journaling session at the end of every stream. And when I toss a break-even trade in there, I book it as a winner. So longed 828. Stopped break-even with those engulfing candles. Yeah. Like I said, break-even, I mean, live to trade another day, right? You're, you know, there's always, not tomorrow, it's the weekend, but there's always another day, always another week, always another month. You know, this is a long game. If you have a really good day and you're basically, and you basically already have a good amount of cash in the morning, are you team lock in or lock up or continue trading? So with these props, depending on the rule set, if there are consistency rules in the funded accounts, can't really afford to keep trading. So for the most part, I'm typically a one and done guy. If I take a nice winner, I'm done for the day. And I think we've talked a lot about you know, how I set my risk and taking the same risk weighted trades in terms of dollar value. Same risk reward trades. So being able to book a winner is the same as booking a loss in understanding my equity curve and the trades I'm taking. Some of the math. But yeah, when there's consistency rules, I tend to just take one, lock up for the rest of the day. Like I took that $750 in those Apex accounts, and we could keep pushing. You know, we're still trying to get to the profit target over there, but I don't want to give anything back, right? So take the 750 on all the accounts and keep it moving. Nice thing about trading with multiple props is you can cycle through what props you're trading, right? So I booked that win on the Apex accounts, and now we're just hanging out. We're gonna trade the Tradeify accounts. Yeah, Mantis, appreciate you hopping in. Enjoy your meeting. All right, coming up on the top of the hour here. All right, top of the hour candle printing. Interesting spot. I mean, we're above IB. We broke through the highs. Momentum looks good. Not really getting anything in terms of a pullback in this last 25-minute move back to the upside. But that being said, got what we were looking for. How we doing on likes? We got to noon. We've only been live like 30 minutes here with some of those technical issues, but curious where we're at likewise. All right, there's 145 of us watching, only 60 likes. We can juice that number up. Yeah, I'm looking at that composite. Oh, well, there's your retest. Okay. There's your IB retest. Good for 25 points. Didn't quite come down. Maybe it did. 390 sellers there. Sitting up here at the top. Yeah, quite a strong reaction. I mean, we have some size come in. 1201, yeah. All this right here is size coming in. 26, 14, 17, 12, 12. Yeah, aggregate, yep. Not a ton on the... I mean, still predominantly red on the 1s, 2s, 3s, small size, but... So far, defending initial balance. If anybody took that... Yeah, I'm curious what it does. Was enough of a spike in traded volume to flip the 22-tick linear regression that I use negative, so that's interesting. Curious. I mean, so far it's holding. Interesting spot, because we do have volume point of control sitting right below it. 15 points or so, so... Let's see if we break it. Tested it a couple times now, so... Yeah, good IBH retest for sure. Jorge, how you doing? Just joined. Take any trades so far? Took a banger last night for 75 points, and got into the stream a little late today. So missed basically all of this good price action. Although it has been a bit wiki, but missed a ton of price action, so we're settling in now. Looking for trades. Yeah, no, I think it would have been good for like 25. We came back up and I think we tapped 26 on the initial bounce off of that IB test. Yeah, ideally you'd want to see buyers stepping in and absorbing, you know, all that selling that came in at the top. Right, when you see a ton of selling, you see some absorption down below it. Typically you see this thing continue to rip. We just haven't seen any absorption. Took a hit in terms of selling, and all the buying's been coming in 1s and 2s. There's a 10, but nothing crazy. but a ton of volume printed up here. Tough to long the retest with that many sellers popping in. Yeah. Want to see if the buyers are present. Yeah, just like I was saying, I mean, you want to see them absorb that. What does the yellow line represent? That is volume point of control, essentially where the majority of volume has been conducted during the New York session, regular trading hours. So these bars, this histogram you see right here, the white bars or white lines are different levels of cumulative volume being buys and sells being added during the New York session. The grayed out lines is volume being conducted during the entire session, starting at the Globex Open, going through the overnight. So volume point of control can act as a point of interest, a little bit of a magnet, coming back into volume, depending on what the day looks like, stuff like that. 4 out of 5 setups that worked. Locked out the account since Asia was crazy good. Testing and journaling is always essential. Absolutely. Czar, if you haven't, I know Danny worked on a Notion template for journaling. If you stick around for Power Hour, ask him for the link for that. I know a bunch of us have been using that. Retest point of control, maybe long. Yeah, I could see a bounce off of point of control. I don't like that our standard deviation channel flipped negative, and ideally I would want to see more buyers stepping in up here. I just haven't seen any committed buying in size. I mean, we had a massive amount of sells come in here at the top. Haven't seen anything to suggest buyers are stepping in to absorb this, so for now, I'm in a bit of a holding pattern. Did not like that IBH break. Yeah, me neither. Generally, when you have one of these big move days, and you have a fairly wide balance range, gets a little weird. Was the 61.8 fib that rejected? Huh. Dude, there's fib propaganda going around. I don't know. I've never been a fib guy. Took a nice trade using my setup. That actually coincided with one of the fib levels in Jaws' stream the other night. I know Sweaty Trades in Discord's always posting 300 pointers he's taken off of fib levels. It was the 61.8 fib. Yeah. How do you set up point of control on Tradeify? So make sure you go into your settings and go over to, I think it's the add-ons tab. Make sure everything is selected. It's like so you have to select Tickstream. You have to select the free add-ons. I think with most of the props, you get that stuff. So make sure you select that. And then if you go into indicators, you're going to want to add volume profiles. And so on volume profiles, I have value area high displayed, green, value area low in red, point of control, and then it's plotting this this histogram of volume conducted on the right side. There's also in, let's see, in chart settings, there's also a way to plot the daily volume profile. So that's the Globex session volume profile in the background I have here. Not a ton of buying coming in. I mean, there's an argument for cheap shorts here, right? But bumping up against the +2 standard deviation. I just hate to fight this trend up, right? Especially sitting so close to these highs. Delta's showing quite a bit of buying. Yeah, I think we're getting more buying in the in small size. I mean, I'm looking at, you know, definitely more buying in small size. We're seeing some of it get absorbed. There's a little bit, okay, so there's some coming in now. 41, 23, 48. Yeah, sell volume definitely died down here. A lot of delta in small size. Shorts are dead as usual. Alpha Prime. Permable. I mean, hey. I say it all the time, but if you zoom out on the chart, unless you're looking at like a meme coin or some failed stock, but if you zoom out on any ETF, any index, goes up and to the right. So all right, we got some life here. Point of control is good for 100 points. See, how much heat would we have taken if we hopped in here at 70? 60, 67. How much heat would we have taken if we hopped in at, we'll call it 68. Yeah, we would have been stopped out. ATR is quite elevated right now. Yeah, I can't. I want to hop in long here, but your point of control is at 50. Still is. Interesting. NQ or MNQ? Look at MNQ, because it does vary. That's, what the heck? Let me refresh here. Jamie, you're on Sierra, right? Or no? Am I mistaken? Mine's 876.5, yeah. Or 67.5, yeah, that's where mine is. Interesting. Well, I mean, the test of 50 would have been nice. 50 to, just about 50 for 100 points. Drawing the volume profile manually. Wild. Yours also is different to Matt's at times, but somehow seems to be holding better. Don't want to change it. I mean, there's an argument for, you know, just giving yourself a little bit of room, right? Stops are always, placing your entry at your stop is always a better option than placing it at what you initially would like your entry. Yeah, you might not get filled as much, but you're giving yourself a little bit extra wiggle room, so. Some buyers coming in. Yeah, most of what I saw up here, once again, hitting this 940 level, like, both of these kind of tops have had decent selling coming in. I mean, if we break through this and buyers take control again, we see some buying with size. Delta looks like it was growing with, you know, the 1s and 2s and some small size. Who's this guy? KK, what's up? So, this is your first time in stream this week. Exciting stuff on the channel. We'll run through the spiel one more time here. Real exciting news. Check out tbm.gg. There is a new rotation of streamers. So Matt doing his usual, kicking us off market open, 8:30 a.m. Central. I come in every day after Matt, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. Trade the lunch hour. And catch Danny Dimes. Danny comes in at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern for Power Hour. Jaws follows him up Sunday night through Thursday night, so no stream tonight, Globex Open. So he trades the Globex Open from 5 p.m. Central or 6 p.m. Eastern for 5 hours. His stream's been great. Check him out. And then Jamie kicks us off bright and early in the morning, 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern, trading the London session. So check that out. We are trading new props. So you'll see Matt trading Apex. You'll see Matt on Lucid, Take Profit, Tradeify. Cool guests on all week. You had Trader Kane on today. I think he took 2.4 million in payouts from Apex. We had the CEO of Tradeify on Wednesday, Brett. They were slinging codes, doing giveaways. I actually ended up winning a Tradeify Lightning funded giveaway on Wednesday, and that is what we are trading today. So 1.8 million, still bonkers. I mean, if it has a million after it, yeah, no, that's nuts. Yeah, no problem. But we all have slightly different trading styles, look for different stuff. So a lot to learn. I know I've been hopping in Jaws' stream and you know, taking a page out of his book when it comes to my own personal trading, trying to learn a little bit, incorporating some of that stuff that he looks at, and it's been super awesome. Had really successful Globex sessions this week. So yeah, super cool stuff. Just when you think it might be settling down, it expands once again. Exactly. I mean, that's the name of the game, Todd. It's just keep running the highs and grabbing liquidity up here. Todd, I saw you in Matt's chat earlier. I saw you mention you were taking a look at, trying to bid and offer -2 and +2 standard deviations. How's that been going? Giveaways today? No giveaway today. We are in a holding pattern here. But tons next week, I'm sure. So keep popping out. We've done one every day. I think Jaws has done 1 or 2 every day. I know Danny's run a couple. Matt's been slinging them, so make sure you guys pop into his stream. Him and Kane today we're throwing them around. Bunch of Tradeify codes with Brett on Wednesday. Cool stuff. There is nothing better than grabbing a free account, getting it funded, and taking a payout. So that's what we're working on right now. Yeah, I agree. If you like the stream, we can use that as leverage to get you guys more codes. So like it up. I agree with Jamie. Always good points. Always good points. Alright, I asked earlier while we were getting things set up here. How's everybody doing today? How are we looking? Jorge, could you please explain how you use your 22 range chart? Yeah. So, what I like to look for is, call it my ideal entry. And we haven't really seen anything. Jamie, red. Happens to the best of us. As long as the accounts live on, then we're good to go. Todd Lewis worked for that ride up pretty well. Had to expand it to the 150 tick to make it less jumpy. Couple of good trades. Yeah. So, let me explain this real quick. Let's see who's asking. Bubmon, locked out, green day, green week. There you go. Fluffy, closer to passing the eval. Nice, very good. I know you had a bit of a roller coaster yesterday. Jacob, first red day of the week and the month. Sigh. I mean, hey, it's the 17th, so losses happen, right? It's about being able to handle them. It's about being able to take the winners and take the losses. Very important to be able to take both. Account preservation requires you to be just as good at losing as you are winning. So, something we all got to work on. It's a constant battle for sure. Let's see who asked. Jorge. So what I'm looking at is, so this is 22 tick range chart, and And Todd made a great point where he moved it out to the 150 tick to kind of filter out some of the noise. ATR is quite elevated. We're sitting at 70 right now. Essentially what I look for is a pullback. So right during the session, we've been mostly trending up. So we've, I don't know, what are we? 400 to 900, so we're like 400 points up. Looking, like taking a look at that, looking at the fact that we've been trending mostly positive for the day, I would look for a standard deviation channel that's plotted against a linear regression of the last 100 candles. And I can share this indicator if you use Tradeify. You can vibe code it on PineScript too for TradingView if that's what you use. But essentially, I look for a pullback to the -2 standard deviation while this channel is trending positive on a positive day. And I will bid that area, giving myself plenty of room, looking for it to bounce back up to the +2 standard deviation. If we're trending downwards, say like last night, overnight, say we're in a downtrend, I will look for a pullback. I will look for this channel to move negative, and then I will look for a bounce into the +2 standard deviation where I will offer it looking for a return to the -2 standard deviation. Essentially just trying to size and gauge pullbacks and grab in without taking too much heat. Anthony got 30 points off of 900 with 2 minis, so the eval's up pretty healthy. There we go. There we go. Like to see that. One thing you've learned from Danny's stream, protect your profit. Exactly. He's in an interesting spot where he comes in at this could be an interesting spot to bid here, down around 930. Breaking through, yeah. Coming down into value area high. With IB underneath and point of control underneath, it's a little sketchy. Let's see where we were at. Yeah, Anthony, that's a great trade. Oh, yeah, Fluffy. One thing I learned from Danny's stream, protect your profits. He's in a interesting spot where if he takes some trades in the morning and he comes on, he wants to take some trades with us while we're watching, and say he's had a nice green day, he's really got to protect his trades. So his style's been great. Seeing him tight risk, taking stabs at it. And then, I mean, yesterday, right at the end, I think his last trade, we saw him catch a great trade to lock in some more profit. Different style, but really cool watch. So make sure you check him out after me. Make sure you stick around. Shui boys, I was down 176, now up 22 per account. Gonna call it there. Thankful to lock in a green day on a Friday after almost being taken out by a tornado Wednesday night. Yeah, that's it's a roller coaster. We'll take the green days any day of the week. Especially on a Friday. Going into the weekend, it's nice to have a green week, nice to have a green day. I don't want to give everything back if you have had a green week, so get a chance at a nice little reset over the weekend. This thing's kind of dumping off the high here. Again, back into IB. Cut 25 points to the downside off of 40. Failure to secure the prior high. 22 range downside break with a retest. Still red though. 1400 on the day. Is that on one account or is that across multiple, Jamie? Oh, this thing's dumping. ATR is still super elevated for the lunch hour, so on one. Apex balance is quite juicy, so it's not at risk. There you go. Build up that buffer. Let's see here. Once again, coming down to point of control. Potentially another opportunity to get in long here, but feels heavy. How's Delta holding up? Tough spot, good fight up here. Yeah, exactly. Everyone better be smashing the like button. What are we at? How's it doing? Let's take a look here. Refresh this thing. 75. We're only at 75. We got 140 in here. Couple trickling in. We need to break 100 at least. At least. $200 yesterday wasn't a problem at all. Just made it 76. There we go. Appreciate you, Jacob. Displacement candle scary. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we engulfed the last 10, 15 minutes here worth of price action in one shot. If we bid 50 again, I'm trying. There we go. Almost got it. Back into IB. 15 looks interesting to me. Can we get in cheap at 15? I mean, ATR super elevated. This candle's massive. Another wave of sizable selling. Yeah, point of control moves automatically. So we'll get point of control flips depending on the distribution of volume. Testing IB, this time from below. Interesting. Yeah, this IB chop, point of control. I mean, this would have been a great buy here. 70, bidding 70. Lufsen's, no. I do, I trade consistent size on all of my trades, so I tend to keep good track of where I'm at in terms of drawdown, stuff like that. I'm usually a 1 to 2 kind of trade, 1 to 2 trade kind of guy, so we did go over a trade we made last night on 5 Apex accounts. This thing's just ripping right back up. Wow. 5 Apex accounts made took a 75-point winner. It's in Discord if you're not in there. tbm.gg/discord. Traded that last night during Jaws' stream. And now we're just hanging out trading a Tradeify account that's Tradeify funded account up, I think, one trade on Wednesday or one trade on Wednesday. We're up Wednesday evening. Actually, the Globex session again. Up $440 and change on this account. Last 3 days were really strong, nearly up 2K. Won't slip over the weekend and give it all back on Monday. I mean, it's a great week. Wow. Well, this held really well twice. I mean, continuously bouncing off it. Another $100 on that move up. Nice. Good trade. Yeah, GG's. A winner's a winner. Sea green, take it. We like that. Quite an interesting spot up here. Kind of chopping around, putting in a bit of a range between volume point of control and these highs. 28,960. You know what? Last night during Jazz's stream, we saw quite a large buyer step in on the initial test of 2,900 when we came down. Saw quite a large buyer come in at 28,960, and a ton of sellers at 28,980. So that's that volume spike you're looking at right here. Tons of selling volume at 980 last night. And a good chunk of buyers at 65 too. Want to bid out of the short consolidation, retest the 2,900 mark. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. With that giant chunk of sellers coming in last night, I'm curious if we start to defend it a little bit more here. I mean, we've had a ton of selling up around 950, so every time we reach up here, we get a nice chunk of selling. Totally forgot that I have a reservation at a restaurant today, so I got a ditch. Yeah, Yuri, definitely hit me up later, so I don't forget. Hit me up on Discord. I'll figure that out for you. I'm super curious to know what the number is. Appreciate you hopping in, man. Enjoy your lunch, dinner, whatever time it is for you. Probably lunch, right? Enjoy your lunch. Protect your trades, exactly. 100%. Especially on Friday, going into the weekend. See green, take green. I mean... Alright, testing IB. Might have had the right idea, Jamie, if you tried to bid IB. Still feels heavy. It's... I don't know, we're just putting in a ton of volume up here. Sellers are trying to defend this. Which makes sense, because we did see 300 or 400 aggregate sales come in last night at 28,980. So quite an interesting spot. Give me one sec here. Let me switch this chart up. One second here. All right. All right, cool. IB chop, yep, exactly. Bowling feels pretty unhappy here in this zone. Can't break out. Yeah, I mean, sellers are pretty, like I said, every time we step up into the 940 to 50, it's big chunk of sells come in size, too. IB, nice entry here. Good for at least 10 points, 20 points maybe. I do think if we break through some of this, we break through all of this sell volume that we're putting in up here, these big sell orders, we rip quite aggressively up into 2,900 or 29,000. Excuse me. Question is, do we get that, or do we just kind of sit up here and roll over? Well, that IB test might have been gold. Jamie, I know you wanted to bid this thing up, so I hope you grab that bid right there. Although I'm not sure the follow-through is there. Did not. Confirmation, big move out, yeah. Super hard to read. I agree. I mean, we're just kind of going sideways. So, looking for something to change here, and then we can try to hop in. But, yeah, stuck in this range. I mean, it is lunch hour, right? So where'd this range start? We pushed fairly aggressively up early in the morning. A little bit of a mean reversion here. Back up to the highs. Basically, right at the start of lunch hour, right here, started ranging sideways. So, I mean, do we play the range? Maybe we play the range. It does feel a little sketchy playing the range when you're sitting at highs of the day after a 2% down move overnight underneath of 29,000 with initial balance sitting right below you. And volume point of control sitting there also. Conveniently at the high we put in this morning. So. Yeah, Fluffy, waiting game. Am I an order flow trader? I would not call myself an order flow trader, but I do pay quite a bit of attention to time and sales. Just looking for large orders coming in, trying to see if you know, buying or selling is with conviction based on size, where that size is coming in, stuff like that. Feels like learning ballet in a minefield. Yep, exactly. So bouncing off the 50% of this range, coming back up to the high. Wild day today after 4 good days. Wick test is not working today. The DOM has a lot of holes in price orders. Yeah. Are you still green on the week, Smooth, or where are we sitting going into the weekend here? Are we locked out? How are we feeling? Loss is a part of trading, right? I know, going back and looking through my trades, my success rate only hovers around like 55%. So losing is just as much a part of trading for me as winning is. Luckily, the way I build out my risk to reward structure and all that jazz plays well with a 55% success rate, but losing is definitely just as much a part of trading as winning is. Account preservation is very important, especially after 4 good days. Looking like a wedge. Yeah. Yep, not ideal. Folks are green on the week. Be careful not to give it all back today in this chop. Yeah, exactly, right? It's nice to go into the weekend knowing you made some money on the week, so. Yeah, green. Can someone explain what is different in yesterday and today? What makes the market wild today? Is it news or what? You know, that's kind of a loaded question. Right? I mean, today's price action is almost certainly a reaction to the meltdown we had last night through the 29,000 level. OPEX, yeah. OPEX. Everything is news and economic macro driven. I'm kind of a believer that what we're looking at here is noise, right? This is the noise moving the market to where it believes the fair price is, right? So some days you're going to have choppy noise. Some days you'll have quite dramatic price action. Some days you'll have organized noise where, you know, we tend to move in an organized trend with no pullbacks. There's a lot going on this week too, right? We had some Fed stuff earlier on in the week. We had CPI at the beginning of the week, right? So CPI came in cold, but over the weekend we had the Trump announcement that we would be re-engaging in the blockade. So you're weighing good news against bad news, against oil price shocks, against OPEC stuff, against Fed speakers, with Trump speaking last night at 9. So a ton going on. That's the market we've been in. It's just the market we've been in. This regime has been quite interesting. We've been, and we keep coming back to this daily chart in the NQ for some context. I mean, if you look at, so this is the start of June. If you look at, you know, the 3 months leading into June, you get, you know, we have this quite orderly buying. Yeah, all of a sudden, you look at June, volatility steps in, choppy days, no real price direction, and we've been ranging sideways. Today, another reason things are looking a little interesting, we broke below that range after a month. So we're testing the bottom of this range. So, you know, that kind of explains the fall back down, breaking through the bottom, and this the reclaim we've had in the New York session. But understanding the context of the market, at least for me, is important when it comes to, you know, understanding what's going on intraday when looking at some of this stuff. Maybe a downside move here. Yeah, it's usually when I end up in this spot where I'm looking at it and I say, it's 50-50, try not to take a trade. I see both, right? Yeah, OPEX. Smooth. I think it's everything kind of, it's a mix of everything going on right now. Like I said, that's been the name of the game in the market for the last month and a half, 2 months. There's always a different regime, right? It's the Iran war regime. Before that was the tariffs. Before that was the rotation into AI and tech. Smooth. I took one last night. I got in late today because of some issues on the streaming end. And I've been staring at this for a while, so nope. OPEX absolutely has this kind of influence on Nasdaq, yeah. From a fundamentals perspective, there's just a ton going on, right? So that's why we see this increased volatility, and I think it's why we've been ranging here at the top. But you know, there's no way to understand all of that. So unless you buy the Trump API and you get instant access to his tweets or truth socials 11 seconds before everybody else, and then you can trade off of that. That blew my mind, seeing that yesterday. That was funny. Selling early access to Truth Social posts to... Oh, there we go. There's the strong break. To HFTs. Strong break. Came back up towards 80. Clearly my read was wrong. Luckily no order was placed. Exactly. That's why when you're sitting in this, it's like hands off. Illegal. Yeah, bro, Trump API is key to profit. I was joking around with some of the guys, and I was saying we should all pool money together and see if we can, as a community, get access to the Trump API. Fire off trades based on Truth Social posts. 30 milliseconds in advance. Become a functioning HFT. Had your finger on the button, waiting for a rejection. Never printed. Good thing, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad. Kept you out of it. Jorge, those are the only charts I use for entries. I do like to zoom out to the hourly, dailies, 30-minute for context. Yeah. In terms of actively taking trades, always the 22 range and the 5-minute. Nice bounce off of 900 even. It's just weird trying to bid these levels, knowing IB, volume point of control, sitting right below it. So you're the math guy. Do the 25Ks make more sense than the 50Ks if you aren't worried about the 1K drawdown? It seems like you can get a payout quicker with such a lower profit target. I would have to look. If we're talking, so right, there's two parts of that question, right? You're looking at the eval stage, and then you're also looking at the funded stage. In the eval stage, you're looking at the drawdown you're given to the profit target and creating a ratio between the two, right? And so on some of the larger accounts, you're essentially being forced to get to a higher profit target and being given a lower drawdown amount. All right, so you can just make a simple ratio between those two to gauge what the easier to pass eval is. When it comes to funded accounts, you can do the same thing with the profit target and the same thing with the profit target and same thing with the drawdown. Gets a little weird when you include the fact that the drawdown's trailing, but if it's trailing across all of the accounts, you can kind of ignore that and just treat it as that same ratio. If that makes any sense. I'd have to look. That's why Matt's always been trading the 50Ks, right? It's just easier on eval stage, and I think on the compared to the 150s at least on Apex, it's easier to get to. It's a better ratio at the end of the day. It's easier to get to the profit target both on funded and in the eval stage, compared to the drawdown that you're given. So pretty simple to math out. Yeah, I've traded a few 25Ks before. I think back in the day I was buying I bought a ton of 50K accounts, and I think I fat fingered like 3 25Ks and ended up passing the 25Ks, so I traded those, which was kind of funny. Knocking on that 980 level, that point of interest from last night where all that sell volume came in. So I'm curious if we blast through this 29,000 level. Do you trade a personal account or only prop firms? I have a personal account. Trade that very, very differently. It's not an everyday kind of thing. I'll hop in there and take some trades now and again, but definitely not a looking for, 500 risking $250 profit daily trade for me over there. Smooth, I am not sure. What I do know about, having 20 accounts is the absolute worst case scenario is, a 40K payout before getting moved over. $40,000 is a big old chunk of money. So, trading my Apex accounts, I think the focus is just going to remain the same. It's just going to remain, trying to get to those payouts and take that big winner. Knocking on 29,000, interesting spot. Take that nice payout. $40,000 seems quite nice. 25K account was nice to pass. Yeah, Fluffy. After stream today, I might go in there and I might actually, that could be a cool side project. I could take all of the firms we've been incorporating over the last week, post the announcement, and create ratios between drawdown and profit target for the eval stage and the funded stage across all the different props to try to take a look at that and see what looks easier to pass. That could be cool, and I could drop that in the Discord and plug it on stream if that's something you guys would be into. I like doing stuff like that too, so. Alright, how many likes are we sitting at? We're buttoned right up against 29,000. Some selling coming in, but not in size. Alright, we're at like 90 likes. Come on. No, Ryan, that does not work. That's like, I do stuff like that all the time. That's like fun for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I enjoy doing stuff like that. Now I'm curious. Both 25K and 50Ks mostly are 1 to 1.5s. Exactly. $92 likes. How are we not at 100 yet? What are we doing? We can get to 100. Couple more. It's 2,900 levels, quite interesting. I mean, I took that big 75-point trade off it last night. Yeah, and there we go. Kind of ripping through. Sells coming in as we break above, but nothing in size. 25K doesn't give that much of an advantage, as it's a scaled down version. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, might have an effect on the mental side of things with it being scaled down, but yeah, in terms of that pure ratio between profit target and drawdown, very similar. Yeah, I passed my first prop account ever and thought I had it all figured out. Blew up all the blew up the funded. Couldn't pass another one for a long time. Haha. Good memories. Yeah, I took payouts pretty early on my futures journey. And then spent quite a while diving into things and trying to relearn and you know, we're still learning today. There's still, you know, markets change, the way we trade changes. It's a constant evolution. It's a constant battle you have to fight. Danny, what's up? Impulse bought a 50K, no activation fee account. Now you're hesitant to trade it? Never used an intraday drawdown account before? Yeah, you know, when you're... Biggest thing with the intraday drawdown is protecting those profits. So, you know, trailing stops, take money when you see money, putting yourself in positions to defend the position, like any entries you've taken. Definitely have to go about it a little differently. End of day is awesome, but you definitely need to protect any profit you're making in those. A little bit more tricky, but... Yep. Composite operator, trail. Exactly. Yeah, that's how I handle intraday trailing drawdown. I'm hesitant here. No, Fluffy, we got to stream late. We took a great trade in Globex. I just haven't seen anything that I really like here. We're in the Tradeify funded account, so being a little picky when it comes to entries. Yeah, take it as a learning experience, see how it goes. Exactly. That's the beauty of props, right? You're limiting your downside risk, but you have all the potential opportunity upside you could ask for, and it's leveraged. So, crap price action all day, just when it gets good. Yep. Story of our lives, right? Missing it by a tick. Delta's fallen off some. Yeah. I was a little tempted to take the retest of 29,000. It worked out for 75 points last night. So, kind of wanted to just hop in there, but a little worried we take this big round number and roll. So, yeah, Fluffy, I was not always patient. I was not always patient. Took a long time to learn it. But you'll continue to hear me preach that over and over and over. Well, alright. -2 standard deviation, sitting at like 88. I like those 80s from last night. I actually don't mind an 80 bid. Which seems kind of counterintuitive, breaking below 29,000. Can't catch any momentum on your trade ideas. Fridays, am I right? Yeah. Jamie, still a green week though, so right? You had a, I think, right? Are you trading multiple you're trading multiple props. Let's see how this plays out. This 80 bid. Stop short there, 29, 119, salt in the wound. GG's. GG's, Jamie's. Come back fresh Monday. Yeah, still a great week. I agreed. Also, a lot of new stuff this week. We're you know, streams have been sick, so a lot of awesome stuff to look forward to. Still up like 3.5k. Just a painful end. Yeah. All right, so if we took that 80 bid, let's see, 65 would have been our stop. Yes. Or no, 55 would have been our stop. So we'd be in a decent spot here. Curious. Yeah, only reason I didn't take that bid off the standard deviation down here is because, I mean, we're coming down below the 29,000 level. Mitch, what's going on? No lurking for me today. Fair. Gotta walk away before you hop on the giveaway account. What account did you win today, Jamie? Before you head out. $55 would have been 55 is value area high based on the volume profiles. 50k Apex end of day. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Well, rejected pretty got slapped right off of 29,000. So yeah, gonna try to get that payout too. Free to payout will would be sick. That's what I'm going for in this Tradeify account I won on Wednesday when Brett was on stream. So off on Friday, spending time with the family. See you guys on Monday. Hopefully green days ahead. Yeah, GG's, Mitch. Appreciate you hanging out all week, man. Yeah, Bradley, it would be cool to make some money out of nothing, huh? Yeah, Fluffy, living the life, Mitch. Agreed. I'm afraid to say I lied. Found another eval in my garage here. Got in long off of 70. I actually like that. We were looking at 80 bids. Only came down to 60. I'd still be in this trade if we bid 80 with a 25-point stop. We'd have gotten real close. Yeah, that's how it goes, Jamie. Went long off of 70, grabbed 12 points. There we go. See money, take money. Yeah, you want to see this thing come right back up above 29K. Oh, do I have the stomach for a short is the question. Weird spot. I would love to offer 29.10, but again, there you go, Jamie. Great trade off the 70s. Great entry. $45 points higher here. Finger on flatten, looking for new highs. Well, we're knocking on the doorstep here. Oh, great trade. Great trade off the 70s. This thing just doesn't want to stop. Killed it for 45. Call it a win on the day. Pretend to be happy. Yeah. Got around to it last thing. What time is it there for you? How late is it? Six p.m. Wow. Weekends calling your name? Yeah, exactly. Right back down to 29K. Yeah, GG's good trade, Jamie. Basically caught the bulk of this candle. GG's, Jammies. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, what he said. Don't forget to like the stream either. Yeah, he has been killing it. Absolutely. Let's see. I mean, we're just showing a ton of buying. Like, there is really no stopping this thing right now. Andrew, what's up? Took one last night, nothing so far. We chopped around quite a bit during the lunch hour in here. Now we're looking, still looking at longs, actually. 70 still feels like a good spot, but I don't mind 85. Might be too much to ask for, 85. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, I do know what happened there. We're on the Tradeify account. Might be too much to ask for this thing to come back down to 85, but willing to take a stab at it. Puts our stop at 60 down here. See if we can get filled on that. So this is actually the -1 standard deviation, but this is a fairly aggressive move to the upside, so trying to get in a little bit more aggressively here. It might just run without us. Love to see this thing come back, tag us, and push the highs. Essentially, we'd be looking for a new high here, looking for 35 if we get filled. We shall see. I mean, it's looking like a good spot. 80 -2 standard deviations, 80. So maybe we pull back down to like 80. Just feels like it's not going to happen. It feels like we just rip here. Especially with 29,000 sitting right here. Ideally, I want to see us kind of break it a little bit, grab it, and use 29,000 as a bit of a defensive level. Actually, we didn't even tap 29,000. See how this goes. 29,000 sitting right at that -1 standard deviation. 28,980 sitting at the -2, so like 982. So just went without us. It's aggressive. Quite aggressive. Didn't quite tap 29,000 either, if we were to bid that. Would have missed that by a tick. That would suck. Maybe point. Yeah, 1 point. 4 ticks. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Didn't get filled there. We cross over 100 likes yet? Let me refresh here. No, we're still sitting at 97. 3 more. 3 more likes. All right. There we go, 104. Love to see it. Just missed that entry. Well, didn't get filled. Actually, we're quite a ways off, but... Thoughts on trading your own live account? I do it from time to time. I trade it vastly different than I do props. Right, when you're trading your own live account, you are exposing yourself to way more downside risk than you would be on a prop. The benefit of props is that you're limiting your downside risk and giving yourself leveraged upside potential, which is basically impossible with a funded account. That being said, you have way more control over it. That can be a good thing and a bad thing. Mental definitely plays a huge key in trading personal accounts, live accounts. Like I said, I seldom do I trade my personal account, and if I do, it's a very different type of trade than what I'm looking for on these props. Why do you have 2 time and sales? So, what I like to look for in terms of like tick stream data is I'm filtering by size, right? So on the top here, we're looking at orders on market of 1 and 2. So when an order comes in, hits the bid or the ask, anything above 1. Down here, we're looking for orders of 10 or more. So you can see we're kind of filtering for some of these larger orders. 57 coming in on the bid, 28 coming in on the bid, another 57, 70 coming in on the bid. In terms of context, it shows me what the buying looks like, right? Is buying coming in size? Is buying coming in the 1s and 2s? Is it a steady stream, or are we getting, big chunks of buying and selling as we move up? So just some context in context for conviction, essentially, with buying and selling. Yeah, so when I'm looking for entries, I'll be looking at 9 times out of 10 I'm looking at NQ. I'm looking at NQ's tick stream, and my 22 tick range chart is NQ as well. If I go to take an entry on MNQ based on ATR and the volatility on the day, and I want to scale back a little bit, I'll just pop over here and take the entry in MNQ. But in terms of pure price action, I rather look at NQ. And same thing with the tick streams level 2 and my 22 range. Let's see. Might try to bid. Again, feels like a bit of a stretch. And feels like a bit of a test of a test that we already should have taken. But might take 29,000. Again, we'll see. Coming down to the 20 level. Still healthy buying. Where would that put our stop? Down here at 75? Phil got ignored at 50? Yeah. Phil short? That's rough. Or take profit. Yeah, let's do that. Damn. Entry short. Yeah, it would have been juicy. I mean, we just keep clipping this -1 standard deviation. In this last set of moves up, we have not come down to the -2. We'll give it a try. See if we can get filled. 29,000 sits a little bit below the -2 standard deviation at 29,007. But I think if we get close, maybe we magnet down into 29,000 a little bit. Let's see. Again, giving ourselves a little bit of room, trying to play it safe. Last thing I want to see is us kind of close above, break down below, and come back down lower. Only down 200 points on the day now. 0.72%. So, huge recovery from that overnight meltdown that we had in the Asian session and some of the pre-market stuff this morning. Yeah, Anthony, that's rough. All right, knocking on that 29,005 level now. -2 standard deviation. Don't do it to us. Don't do it to us. I'm taking this off. Looks heavy. Don't like the way that we're bouncing around between the -1 and the -2. Ideally, I would want to seen it come down, break below, and continue higher. Yeah, Juan, it's oh man, maybe that was the entry, huh? I mean, I've been trading for a couple years here, and you know, I've been popping in Jaws' stream, and even I've been learning stuff from him. So, really cool. Yeah, glad I took that off. Looks heavy. Could wick up here. We'll see. F this greediness and this movement. Feel that. Yeah, so standard deviation channels are rolling negative right now. Makes you feel sick. Yup. Yeah, it's a hard thing to get over as a trader. Is that feeling? Tell you what, being able to hang out and chat with you guys has helped me tremendously. Gives me something to do in between. In between the trades and all that good stuff. Helped me keep my head on my shoulders a little bit. Alright, so if we took 29K with a stop at 75, we'd still be in it right now. We'd be in profit. Maybe that was the entry, huh? Maybe that was it. Let's see what happens here. In the 30s, 35s. Jodo, Liam, do you play poker at all? Yes. Yes, I do. Love poker. Yeah, looks like, I mean, should have taken it, huh? Looks like that was the trade. Shame. Where would our target would have been basically sitting at 50 right above these highs. I mean, we're ripping into them right now. So, came down a little lower, but ripping off that -2 in hindsight. Back up to the +2 here. +2 to -2 to +2. Took 30 points. Nice. Where'd you get in long? Did you get in at 29,000 composite? Didn't get in, Juan. Not blowing more accounts, haha. Yeah, fair. Great trade, though. Nice 30 points. Didn't have the cojones to leave that one on. In hindsight, shoulda, woulda, coulda. All right. Yeah, right off of 29K. Yeah, it's a great trade. All right, give me 1 second, gentlemen. I am going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. Rejected up here. I mean, +2 to -2 to +2. Down to the 80s, potentially. Wonder if we have enough momentum to fill the gap. Cover value area low from yesterday. Look at that. I'm actually curious. Talking about the overnight gap. Like session gap between yesterday. Yeah. 29,070s. Value area low was 29,200s. Yeah, rejected hard up here. Right into the 80s. Interesting. Sold 29,030. Nice. You still in that trade? Or you out? I'm back in NQ. I mean, we do still have value area high. We have IB high. We have volume point of control down here. Took a partial at the low. Nice. Like that. Targeting 940. Back into some of this. Back into this range, essentially, that we had right here. Some of that resistance. Actually, I don't mind that. It's a pretty realistic target. I like it. Tight stop. Nice. I mean, do I dare draw the meme line? Do I dare do it? Do I do it? Oh, no. Guess we have to, huh? Do I dare draw the meme line? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Meme line's holding. Get rid of that before it gets too much flack. What's the line on the right of the screen? What's that indicator? So it is a standard deviation channel. Essentially, what you're looking at is a 22 range chart, 22 ticks of movement per each candle. So you'll see the candles are all the same. And what we're looking for is, or what's happening is you're seeing a linear regression being plotted against the last 100 candles. That's being hidden right now, but that linear regression is going right down the middle. Essentially an average of the pure price movement over the last 100 candles in this tick chart, or this range chart, rather. And this is a +1, +2, +3 standard deviation. Below you have the -1, -2, -3. So the way I like to take entries is in a trendy market, in a trending direction, I will look to bid the -2 standard deviation if we are in a positive up channel, and I will look to offer the +2 standard deviation if we're in a downtrend. Just like every indicator out there, looks pretty in hindsight, right? Oh, why didn't you enter here? Perfect. Every indicator's lagging. They're all context, so does not work 100% of the time, but do like using it. Found a pretty decent success rate doing so. Just got a position closed on my funded or MFFU out of nowhere while copy trading. One account got closed in profit, not drawdown. Yeah, I can't speak for that. I don't have any experience with them, so I'm not sure. I also don't know what platform you're on or any of that good stuff. That sucks. Oh, good bounce. Good bounce here. Trying to find it on Tradeify. Here, let me pull it up. It is. It's in the community indicators. You can. I've actually made my own before on Trading View. Let's see. Standard deviation channels. Type that in. Go to community indicators. Look for that. You should be able to find it. Hope that helps. Again, just pumping back above 29,000. Tested it, closed below, and we're ripping again. Back up to that +2. Probably gonna move this standard deviation channel back positive, so expect it to break through quite a bit here. Coming up on the previous highs at 29.42. I guess that's this candle here. Yeah. Jorge, do I wait for any specific candlestick pattern on the range bar in order for you to press the trigger? What are you looking for in the final decision? So say I was trying to enter a bid, right, today. Say I want to bid this thing. Not only do I want the linear regression to be positive, but I also want the standard deviation channels. I'm looking to enter on this to bid the -2 standard deviation channel on a small like retest of ideally a like a big round number, a whole level, an area of importance, some confluence with volume point of control or initial balance or something like that. So essentially a break, a test of a key level, and then continue higher. Measuring pullbacks essentially is what it's doing. What I've found is it puts me out of reach a lot of the time. So a lot of the times I will not get filled. We just had that happen earlier. Pullback didn't come and fill me, but does put my entry and stop in quite a safe place relative to the movement that we're seeing. Man, that 29,000 level, they're defending it pretty well. Just will not give it up. Putting in a ton of volume up here too. A lot of volume conducted, like 29,030. Interesting spot. Why use limit orders on the NQ? Spread's usually one tick. Because I'm trading with like these kind of measured pullbacks and looking for a little test back into a level and then a bounce to continue the direction of the larger move. I can generally set limit orders just because I'm bidding or offering, call it 10, 20, 15 points away. Bradley, have I ever tried if seeing the 1.5 standard deviation would be beneficial? I think there's probably ways to use really any standard deviation. One of the guys earlier, Todd, he was talking about, trading a similar way, but using a 150 tick range chart. At the end of the day, it's all context, right? You're just trying to measure these pullbacks off of a trending direction, so could be. I've never messed around with it. I mean, I'm sure, right? 1.5, I'm sure it would look pretty. I think all indicators, whether it's Bollinger Bands, MACD, whatever you're using, Indicators look pretty in hindsight, so I'm sure a 1.5 would look super pretty in hindsight. Right? We zoom out, we pretend like we didn't just watch this for the last 10 minutes, and look at it and say, wow, that's so beautiful. Should have shorted here, should have bought here, should, you know. But this is a rolling indicator, so it is lagging. Definitely got to use it with that in mind. Like you have to with any indicator. It's all hindsight. Yeah, Jorge, of course. Lambra, just gotta send it. I mean, it's looking like one of those days, right? It's looking like one of those days. You train today? How you doing? Are we green on the week? Yeah, hindsight's always nice. Just don't know if I've ever had it populate and just decide. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, but it's generally with a little bit more context applied to it. It also a lot of, I mean, it really matters what the overall market is doing, like on a bigger picture. Like, you know, this is what we're looking at right now. Doesn't work the best in this type of regime. Can tell you in this 3-month period when we were just taking these smaller moves up, it worked really, really well. Probably because we were trending. And so trying to, you know, bid measured pullbacks to the upside, you know, makes a bit more sense here than it does in this. Do I just play the bottom of the range and try it one more time? Back to that -2 standard deviation. 29K. One more time? I doubt we get all the way back down to 29K. Oh, once again, I'm in NQ. We want to bid it in MNQ. I doubt we come all the way back down below the bottom of the range. Only a 250 points of $250 worth of risk, so I'll throw that on. 29,000 -2 standard deviation. See if we come all the way back down here. I think we'll bounce off this one and continue to rip. This might be too far-fetched, but kind of the bottom of this this range, this trend. What settings am I using on the standard deviation channels? Yeah, let me show you real quick. This is what I got. Linear regression off, and then I think this is all just defaults. The 1, 2, the 3. Period, 100 candles. Yeah, bounced off the 1, -1. Did not want to come back down to 29K. Never say never. Essentially playing this range here. Let's see. Okay. Getting a little bit of selling here. Little bit of selling here. Want to see a bit more. I mean, how many times can you play the 29K bounce, right? Feels a little sketchy trying to play this for like the 18th time up here. Might get a bit larger reaction off of this. Sellers stepping in at the 40 level. Love to see this wick down and then continue higher, but we shall see. Wick lower, flip the candle green. Let's see. Looks kind of heavy, a little worried about it. Let's see if this channel holds after we bid 29K. Oh, because you're getting moved alive? Well, GG's. Oh, yes. Huge slap through. Down to the bottom of the range. Let's see what it does here. Yeah. Testing it the third or fourth or fifth time might be our downfall here. Resold 23. Nice. It's flirting with our stop here. I think this thing comes pulls. Yeah, here we go. Oh, to the tick. Looks heavy, doesn't it? Yeah, quite a bit of selling coming in down here. Some in size, lots in the ones, twos. Small size selling too. What time frame is that on the chart on the right? 22 range. So every candle is the same size. It is 22 ticks of movement, price movement. Still have 3 minutes on this candle. Don't want to see new candles a bit scary, so we'll see. Leave to get some tacos. Market's unchanged. Time for lunch. Yep. Could be it right here. Let's see. Yep, looks like we're gonna get stopped. Dancing around our stop. There we go. Took us out. $250 loser. That leaves us with like $200 in profit on the second traded day of this funded account here. Debut the soundboard. A little bit of slippage. In hindsight, that was like the 18th time we had tested 2900, so maybe asking for too much. I only trade micros, just realized I'm up stupid money. Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, definitely slowing down a bit up here. Oh yeah, it's heavy. Couldn't break this high on this move up, and we're right back down. I mean, range into range. This thing's dumping. Anybody holding this thing short? Besides, yeah, you got that one micro in break even. That's sick. Oh yeah, we're dumping. Got out in profit. Nice. Got short at 81. Very nice. Bradley, nope. Wick test could be interesting. Although I could also see us finding some legs and bidding it back up. Just chopping around that 29,000 level. Massive point of interest. It is interesting to see. I mean, look at the volume put in. You know, cut it in half at 29,000. Look at the volume put in above 29,000 and the volume put in below 29,000. A retest to the bottom here, the inverse of the trade I just took. 29,055 and 3/4, waiting on that level. I think we blew through that level. Short off of the 1305 wick test, but then 1320 couldn't close below 1315, moved to break even, got taken out. Yeah, this middle range does kind of suck. A little worried about down here. I'm telling you, the one time you try to play the range, it breaks. Once it becomes painfully obvious and you try to take that trade, it's gone. It's fleeting. Alright, we got like 15 minutes left in the stream. If you haven't already, make sure to drop a like. Let's run that up a little higher before we finish up here and pass it over to Danny. I want to see at least 120. We got that in the bag. There we go. We are in that same area that last night there was quite a bit of. quite a bit of interest down here in this, like some consolidation in the 60s. Yep, Juan, exactly. Yeah, no, there's a time and a place to get aggressive and a time and a place to sit back. It's hard to get aggressive when you should. Cheap trade here, back into the range and higher. Take this thing long with stops at the bottom here. Looks like it's just gonna, it looks heavy. Feels heavy. A lot of red coming in size. Yeah, fake out? Potentially. Slow grind down? Yeah. I think that's probably more likely, but... Came up to the +1. 61. Where's this? 80? 80's a little too high. Too rich for us. Might be down to bid 60. Didn't quite get the wick test either. 71. Today, better to play defense, learn the hard way. Yeah. I mean, that's why, you know, measuring your stops, knowing your losers. Small loss, 250 bucks. Not the end of the world. You know, like I've been saying all day, taking losses is just as much a part of trading as taking winners is. So, got to be able to do it. Touch to 897. Look. Down here to the bottom of this wick, 897, kind of. I mean, I could see this thing coming back down. Let's see. Alright guys, we have just about 10 minutes left in stream before I go ahead and push you guys over to Danny. If you guys are new or haven't heard the spiel before, make sure you check out tbm.gg for any prop firm resources. A lot of new and exciting stuff on the channel. All of us will be trading Apex, Lucid, Take Profit, Tradeify. I traded my Apex copy traded accounts last night. Took a nice 75-point winner on 5 accounts. Traded Tradeify today. Small loss, 250 bucks. Kept it under control. Any details you guys need on those prop firms in terms of recommendations, you guys can just ask. tbm.gg is also a great resource for that stuff. And finally, after the stream today, handing it over to Danny, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. Jaws will not be live tonight. He streams Sunday through Thursday at the Globex Open. Jamie, every morning, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. East or 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern. Check him out. He's been killing it. London session and pre-market. And then back to Matt for your regularly scheduled programming every day, 8:30 a.m. Central. Ton of fun stuff. He had Kane on today, $1.8 million in Apex payouts. Special guest, tons of giveaways. He had Brett, the CEO of Tradeify, on Wednesday, doing a ton of giveaways then too. The account that we're trading today, I actually won in the giveaways on Wednesday. A Lightning account, like $450 worth of value, straight to funded. So we're challenging ourselves, trying to get a payout out of that, which would be super cool, free to pay out. Ton of guys in chat hanging out all day. Appreciate you guys as always. Juan got the Tradeify. Yup. Yeah, Composite. Appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around all day. Kind of want to take this thing short into the bid 75. Gonna offer 75. Oh, well, it's running without us. Back down to 30, perhaps. Yeah, I think so. Back down to 30. This thing's moving today. ATR still at 50 after lunch. Yeah, Bradley, appreciate you hanging out, man. 10 more minutes, so we'll continue to look for something here, but make sure you guys go check out Danny's stream. He's been killing it. Really, really, really great trading yesterday. Super awesome trade at the end of his session. Cool stuff when it comes to journaling. When you guys are over there, ask him about the Notion template he made. Micro still working? Nice. You're short like 30, right? Like 29, 30, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere up here. It's a great short. Do me a favor, before we hop off, if you haven't liked the stream, just like the stream. It's free. Can't beat free stuff. First was 30, stopped 06. Re-enter 23, nice. Got in short, but stopped out, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to catch these moves. It's whipping around. Pretty volatile day. We're only down... We're down 1% on the day. We came into the session this morning down like 2%, reclaimed a whole percent, reclaimed like 300 points here. Crazy. Huge meltdown overnight. Broke down below 29,000. Chopping up in and around 29,000 for quite a while. Yeah, we're dumping. Dumping quite hard. This thing's moving. 2 likes away from 130. 2 more likes. Let's get to 130. Nice number to end it on. 890 will be out. It's a great trade. All the way back down here. I know Jamie had a rough morning. A little bit of redemption during the New York session for him. Curious how Danny's doing. We'll see here in a couple minutes. 250 points on the day. $257.50 plus fees. Little loser today. Currently going through it. I think everyone is. I don't know. I think we all are. Oh, man. Remember yesterday when we were saying we should have a house account that we all trade? Now imagine if we all took losses today. That's what I'm afraid of. My loss, Jamie's losses, some of that. That's what I'm afraid of if we were to do something like that. 600 for the day on one account. GG's. Commissions are at 267. That's the problem with micros. I mean, that's a ton of trading, is it not? Slinging them around all day. Okay, yeah. $2,035 profit. Yeah, that's a trade volume thing, I think. Yeah, today's been kind of brutal. Is Matt the only one that got a nice trade? He took like an instant 10-pointer, filled and took his take profit in like 1-2 seconds, and we're all struggling. It's rough. Guys, make sure you move over to Danny's stream. 5 minutes. We'll be pushing you guys over there. If not, I'm gonna drop a nah, Jamie, we're down 250 on the Tradeify funded account. Still up basically 210 bucks. Second day trading it. Taking it nice and slow. Small losers. Capping that downside risk. And good stop here, considering. But yeah. Yeah, Forgotten Trader. GG's. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys check out Jamie's stream. I'm gonna go ahead and get the link pulled up here. We're gonna toss that in the chat, as well as it should just push you guys over there automatically. If not, you can just click on the Trades by Matt profile, and you'll see his stream up there. But give me 1 second here. Let me grab his stream link up. Did Jaws finish green? I think he finished green with like 20 bucks. He went on a bit of a roller coaster. He took a couple hits, and he was up at the start of his session, was down like 450 halfway through. Gotcha, Jamie. Good shout. Yeah, it pushed it. I think he ended like just green. I think he saved himself a little bit towards the end there, but I know he was going through it last night as well. 10 to go. Yo, GG's. Forgotten Trader. Great trade, man. Do we tap those 890s yet? Ooh. All right. Tossed the link to his stream in chat. Make sure you guys check out his stream. I'll be hanging out for the rest of the evening. I'll probably be lurking in his chat. Reminder, no Jaws tonight, going into the weekend. Catch him Sunday night at the Globex Open, so Sunday through Thursday for him. Yeah, make sure you guys throw a like on the stream so we can keep doing some of this fun stuff, these giveaways. You're out. Nice. GG's. Great trade. Really great trade. Agreed, Bradley. Very deserving of a GG. All right. Make sure you guys start heading over to his stream. Should be starting up here in a minute. Missed it by 0.5. Yeah, it's crazy. Great trade, though. Yeah, crazy session with all the OPEC stuff going on. Wild recovery this morning. A lot of opportunity. Also a bit of a tricky day. Yeah, GG's, man. Enjoy your weekend. Always nice to finish Friday on a nice green trade. Green day, green week. Monday gonna be fun. Oh yeah, I agree. Volatility seems to be coming back a little bit, so we will see what happens. Definitely in a very interesting spot. All right, one last time for the people in the back. Toss in the link to Danny's stream in chat. If you want, you can move over there now. I'm gonna push you guys over in a minute here. But appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you for bearing with me with the tech issues we had at the beginning of the stream. Go say what's up to Danny for me. And yeah, cheers, guys. Appreciate you hanging out. I'll wait till his stream's up and running before I push you guys over. So we're gonna hold off another minute here, but appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Familiar faces we've seen all week. Appreciate you guys. Awesome first week doing this. Had a real good time, so cheers, guys. All right, I will catch you guys Monday, same time. Double check tbm.gg if you're curious. And later.